Hey, what is up, your friends? Welcome to your Adobe Xd Daily Creative Challenge. My name is Ruben. I will be your host. Yesterday we had so much fun. We had Adobe Xd 101 Part 1, and we cover components, we cover 3D transform, and we cover states. And today we're gonna go into Part 2. So it's gonna be Adobe Xd 101 Part 2, and we're gonna be covering like some, repeat grids and auto-animate and also prototyping previews. And maybe towards the end of it, maybe we can just check some of the submissions that you guys have already put it in on Discord. All right, so let's jump into it right away. Perfect. So today the challenge prompt, it's like we're gonna learn together on Adobe Xd and how to practice those skills to grow your knowledge on repeat grid, like we talked about, auto-animate, and also prototyping previews. And if you want to follow along, there's a source file link below the description. So go there, scroll down a little bit, check it out. There's a source file link in there. Click on it, download the files, and then open it on Adobe Xd and just follow along. Alrighty, so let's see. Happy Friday, by the way. I know it's going to be a long weekend. Hey, everyone on the chat. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday. People are so excited because it's a long weekend. So, all right. So we have, like we see here, we have some cards that I created and also some of my designs that I put together. And we're going to be using some of these stuff for repeat grid and also prototyping and using auto-animate. All right. So let's see. Let's do repeat grid first, which is pretty straightforward, but it's a powerful feature on Adobe Xd. So what we're going to do first is we're going to press A, and then you can see here on the side, there's some pre-selected canvas that you have for tablets, for mobile, for desktop, social media, anything that you need, it's already in there. But we're going to be free, and we're going to just like create just a giant artboard. Then you can rename your artboard by just like double clicking and just like, I don't know, let's call this, I don't know, repeat grid for now. And then what we're going to do is just duplicate this guy here. And let's go into the layers panel. Make sure when you use this that you have your card in a group by, pressing Command G or Control G on your PC. And what you want to do for repeat grid, let's say you have a component, like a pretty big component that has, I don't know, 6-7 cards, and you don't want to duplicate this like manually, right? Like going like this. You don't want this. You want to do it in a much more efficient way and faster. So what you do is like make sure you have everything in a folder, as I have it here, card 1. And then what you're going to do is go to the top right and just click on that repeat grid. What you're going to do is click on it and then choose your orientations. Like, for example, we're going to go across, but you can go even up or down. Let's just move it up, and that way you can see. Like if I go like down, maybe we have to make this grid a little bit bigger, so that way you see how that shadow is cut off. It's because it needs to be a little bit further down. There you go. And then we're probably gonna go like about there. So this is how powerful it is, like to create things. And if you wanted to change like the margin between each of them, just like hover over and then just like hold down your mouse and then just like drag it, like, I don't know, like about there, maybe like here. We can just like do something similar to what we have on top. And this is how easy it is to kind of like duplicate things, like how you can create some of these components like pretty fast. This is just like one way to do things, but let me just show you another way or another example. So let me just like, maybe, let's see, let me just pull this down a little bit so that way I have more space. So this is one way to do it. Let's just test this one out on this screen. And what I'm going to do, let's create another artboard. So I'm going to press A again on my keyboard. I'm going to just draw a new artboard. I'm going to put my stuff into here. There you go. And then we're going to zoom in, right? And this is how powerful this is, right? Let's imagine, for example, that I don't know, let me just delete all of these stuff that's in here. I'm just going to show you how this works. So we do have a mask here, but I already did this a long time ago. So we're just going to break this, and we're just going to get rid of the mask and the image. And then we're going to have just a circle with the name, the name of the song, and then by Lady Gaga. All right, so let's imagine that we need to actually fill this out with this component, right? Which is the music list item. One easy way to do this is just to use the repeat grid feature. Just click on it and then just pull down. Boom. See how you did that? Perfect. That took me 2 seconds. Then you can do your thing here, like depending on, the space that you want in between them. But then look at this. Like if I wanted to fill this out with the images already, you can click on the grid, right click on it, and then just ungroup grid. And then what this is going to do is just break everything into, its own thing, its own folder. And what you're going to do to fill this out is just like Command or Control click, and then press down Shift at the same time, Command and Shift, and just click on that circle. You just want to select this because you want to put those images in there. You can drag them in from your folder and just drop them in there, and it'll put everything, your images automatically. Or like in this case, I'm gonna use like a UI faces, for example. I'm gonna go to select on splash.com, and then you see we have to select 7 different images. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. All right, and then you're gonna hit apply. Boom. See how quickly you can use these feature. Repeat grid it's amazing when you have to like reuse that component over and over and over and over. So that's how easy it is to use it. Like for the other example that we created with the cards, it's the same thing. You will have to like go inside and actually replace that image. Like if I wanted to replace those images, and I just go into the layers panel, click on that image, and then just like drop in your image in there, or simply like I'm gonna use, let's see, I'm gonna go back into my plugins. I'm gonna use Unsplash. I'm gonna pick like any image, I don't know, probably this one. Boom, that is done. Then if I go and click, like hold down Command and click, so that way you click on the actual image. Make sure you are on the actual image because remember that we have a mask in there. You don't want to click on the actual mask, like the shape. You want to click on the actual image. So that way you replace the image. Then go back into you can either drop your image from a folder, or you can just simply like go into Splash and just like, pick an image that you like, or you need to look for a specific image. Just click on it. Boom, that's done. Then we continue doing the same thing for the other ones. So let's click on the image. Boom. Let's go and use the search. Let's see, like if we type C, for example, and just click on search, you got some C images here, really nice and amazing images. Just click on it. Boom, that's done. Perfect. We continue. Let's click on, not on the shape. You see that this is the shape. Click on the actual image. So Command click or Control click on your PC. That's the image. If you want to make sure you select the image. Go back again, use Unsplash, and let's say for this one, let's type in design, for example, and then just click on search. There you go. So you have a bunch of images in here, and I use this a lot of time when I'm creating my posts. So that way I don't have to go into unsplash.com and start looking for images, bringing it from, download it into my computer, put it in here. That's why plugins are very powerful in Adobe XD. So, all right. So I like this one, for example. So let's just pick this one. All right. I think we did. This is, all right. And if you want to move those images, just click on that image again and just like move it around if you wanted to move that image. It's moving everywhere because we didn't break the repeat grid. If we do that, then we'll have full control for each one of those components. Like if I go like this and just ungroup grid, and then if I wanted to move this image in particular, I can move it by itself, or even like resize it to the mask because I want to see more of that. See, boom, that's great. Boom, let's just get rid of this one. There you go. This is how powerful it is to create. You don't have to duplicate this cards manually. You can just duplicate them like pretty quick, and then you can go horizontally or vertically, and then accordingly you have to use your margins and your paddings however you want. And then once you're happy with the grid, then you can break the grid so that way you have more control for each one of those components. So that's it for repeat grid. We saw a really cool way to use it on an actual mobile application. Even though this is not a real mobile application, it is a great example in how to use this repeat grid feature. All right, so moving along, we're gonna just get rid of this and get rid of this artwork. And what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna be using auto-animate, and you'll see how that works. Part of yesterday's 101, Adobe 101, we covered some of prototyping stuff, but today we're gonna show you why auto-animate is so cool to use when using these feature. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and press A again. We're gonna create something pretty simple, nothing crazy. And what we're gonna do is just bring these two cards into play. All right, so, okay, what I'm gonna do here is maybe I wanna make this one the first one, kind of like the first or the top one. Let's see. And what we're gonna do is, I don't know, I wanna do something totally different here. So I'm gonna just Command D and duplicate this. Then I'm gonna bring it up and then I'm gonna bring it back. So this one is to bring it back, you press Command or Control left bracket and you bring it back once. And then let's do another one, Command D to duplicate or Control D on your PC. We're gonna bring it up and then bring it back, Command or Control left bracket. There you go. So we have 4 different cards. What I'm gonna do is actually replace these images like we did already, like I show you. So let's pick Unsplash and let's do something I don't know, probably sky. And then press search. Let's look for a nice sky. I think the first one was actually kind of nice, right? So that's done. Perfect. And then the last one, we need a different color. I don't know, something different. So let's look for something with a different color shade. Maybe this one might work. Yeah. All right. So press close. Okay, that's great. I like what I've seen so far. So what we're gonna do is just actually click on each of those cards and we're gonna make them a little smaller, like a tiny bit smaller. And then the third one, we're gonna make it even smaller. And then the last one, even smaller, something like that. And we're gonna do something super quick. It's not gonna be rocket science. It's just let's see something. What if we do something like this and pull a little bit more of that image? Yeah, there you go. Then we're gonna center the whole thing. We're gonna select everything and just perfectly center. And then we're gonna duplicate. Maybe this one is way too up there. Maybe about there. All right, so what we're gonna do is just grab your whole artboard. Just hold down Option on your Mac or Alt on your PC. then just duplicate it. And then what we're gonna do for this one, we're gonna select them all. And then we're gonna go into the right panel here where it says transform. There's a little cube here on the right, click on it. And then what we're gonna do is just like, probably gonna go like this. And then we're gonna duplicate it again from this state. We're gonna duplicate again, hold down Option or Alt on your PC. Then we're gonna select everything again. And we're gonna select the Y axis, which is, you know, not this one, not the X, but the Y. And then we're gonna turn it all the way again like that. All right, so if we wanted to, you know, animate this, but I'm gonna show you what this does right now. It's not gonna do anything, so we're just gonna, you know, play this. So if we go to the next one, it just shows like that. We use a 3D transform there, and then like that. And then if we go back again, 1, 2, 3. So what we're gonna do is just auto-animate this to make, you know, to make some motion, to create some interaction between these states. So let's just do it by pressing the prototype here next to the design. You have prototype and share. So we're gonna click on prototype. Then what we're gonna do is just grab the whole thing, the whole artboard, just like drag it to the next one, let it go. See the connection there? And then for the trigger, we're not gonna do a tap or a drag. We're gonna do time, and the time delay will be 0. And then let's leave it at transition, just for the sake of testing things out. But what I wanted to do is just do the auto-animate. So let's press play here. Go back again to the first one. Let's make this the home. Okay, and then we're gonna press play. You see it changes like pretty quick. You can barely see it, right? So we're gonna go again. It changes pretty quick. We don't wanna do that. So what we wanna do is click again on the trigger. It's time 0. And then we're gonna do auto-animate, which is pretty cool. It's going to artboard number 2, that's the destination. And then instead of the ease out, we're gonna do ease in and out. And then instead of duration 0.3, which is pretty fast, we're gonna do, I don't know, let's do 1 second, just to see how that looks. Let's go back again. Let's play it. Nice. All right, so I like what I saw, but let's just connect the dots here and put it again from here to here. This is what I love about XD. It remembers your last trigger, your last animation. So auto-animate, artboard 3, ease in and out 1 second. And then from here, we're gonna go to the first one. All right, so let's Command Enter just to play. Check this out. Ooh, it's a non-stop auto animation. And this is something that you can try with so many different things. Just think about, you know, when you want to animate something, a ball that goes from left to right or up and down, or any motions or anything that you wanted to create with, you know, animation. Auto-animate will allow you to create that kind of effect. So look how simple this looks, how easy it is. You can record this again and you can send it to your friends and everything. Right. Also, if we wanted to try out something different, for example, I can go ahead and create something pretty quick here. I'm going to press A. Whoops, press A again. It's because I'm on prototype. I'm going to go back into design and then press A. And we're going to create something like pretty quick, just for you to see like how you can use auto-animate on so many different things. So we're going to grab this. We're going to unclick that 3D transform. And we're going to grab this one right here. We're going to duplicate this. What we're going to do is like in here, I want this to start at 0, right? Like the slider. So what we're gonna do is just create, grab these two, pull this like all the way to the left, and then this also, we're gonna pull it. Whoops, make sure like you grab the center and then just pull it in there. Pretty straightforward. Then from here, we're gonna go to prototype. We're gonna go in here. It remembers the last thing. It's gonna do an auto, like 0 delay, auto-animate, is in and out 1 second. This is gonna be pretty fast. So I'm just gonna test it for you so you can see it. Pretty fast, right? But then what we could do is click on it again, and then let's do 5 seconds. All right, so let's test this out. Check this out, pretty smooth, nice. If we want to do something a little bit different, maybe like this to bounce a little bit, you can do that by clicking again. And instead of you using easy in and out, we're gonna do is just use bounce. And check this out. So we're gonna go Command Enter, return. Check this out, how is, there you go. Now it's bouncing, which is pretty smooth and like pretty cool looking animation. So that's how you can use this feature, which is pretty cool. And then lastly, what I'm going to show you is how you can share your stuff, how you can share your prototypes. So let's say you want to share this. You're going to press share here, and this is flow number 1, of course. And what you're going to do here, you're going to, you can rename this like animation, right? And you're going to do either the design review or development. This is like when you're designing something for engineers and they need to see like colors and everything. This is pretty straightforward. But let's do like design review, and then anyone can see this link and then just create a link. Pretty straightforward. You create your link, for example, and we're gonna go there now. So let's just copy this link by clicking this here. We just copy it. And then we're gonna go in here. We're gonna test this out. There you go. This is how people will see your prototypes, and they can, leave messages and stuff in there. They can give you feedback, and they can make a comment in here. They can pin it, like if they wanted to, like, oh, I don't like this. This is very, very good when you are creating prototypes and stuff like that, and you want feedback from clients, stakeholders, even other designers as well. All right, so let's go back again into XD. This is how you show, all your animation and share your animations with others. As far as like prototyping, let's for example imagine like you're gonna send this to a developer. So we're gonna click on here. You're gonna go to share. Whoops, let's go back again to this one. Let me just flow to, click on share. And then what we're gonna do here is gonna go to development. And let's just create a link. You can click on downloadable assets so they can get your assets right away from that, but we're not gonna do that right now. We're gonna create a link, and you're gonna see the difference between those two links. So I copy the link, I'm gonna go back again, open it. Remember, the first one was for design review. This one is for actually developers. And what they can do here is actually click on here. Give me 1 second. I think it's still reviewing. There you go. They can click here and they can see all the colors that you use for your design. They can see what character styles. They can also click on things and see like, the measurements and everything, like the margins, the patterns, how many pixels, top and bottom, and everything else. All right, and that's pretty much it for these Adobe XD challenge. I hope you like this. What we're gonna do now, we have like 2 minutes left. I wanted to just like go back into our Discord and just check like some of the submissions that you guys already put in for previous challenges. So let's go back here into the challenge and just like check what you have done already. I've seen some cool stuff. Let's click on this one, for example, and see what they did here. Blueprint, travel. Okay, I think this is kind of like the onboarding that we did on the second or third day. This is pretty cool. They changed this. That's awesome. They use a color gradient here, which is awesome. They use a different illustrations, and Okay, great. That's neat. Pretty straightforward. Pretty cool stuff. Let's check another one right now. This one looks pretty interesting. So let's see what they have done here. All right, Instagram posts. This is kind of like promoting the Create Waves campaign that is going around to protect our, our oceans and our planet. This is pretty nice stuff. These are kind of like stories for Instagram. These are the posts. Pretty cool stuff here. I love the gradient and also like the black and white with one, like a dual tone type of thing they did here. This is an amazing thing. Okay, great. Using the whales in the background. That's pretty neat. The font they use, that's awesome. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this challenge. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I really appreciate it. If you want to go back and check previous stuff, you can do so. All right, bye-bye.